So this tree you're looking at here, I know the trees are very closely spaced together, but there is a tree down here, as you can see, that's right next to my Smith. This is called Petite Aubique, and Petite Aubique is a Violet de Bordeaux type. You can tell very much, it's very similar to a Violet de Bordeaux. You can tell definitely by the leaf structure. The fruits themselves are very similar to a Violet de Bordeaux. This tree here is absolutely loaded. I've already picked about 5 or 6 figs off of this tree, and it really likes to put out figs. It's a very productive variety. I think Violet de Bordeaux and its synonyms are probably the top fig you can have, just in terms of productivity, taste, and it's also a mid-season ripener. And I picked 2 figs down here. This one's got a little bit of mold on it, and this one seems like it's somewhat dry. And these berry figs, Violet de Bordeaux is a berry fig. I like to really let the berry figs ripen, because when they really ripen, they form a really amazing taste to them. It's really complex, the berry flavor. It's very hard to describe, you know, in terms of just saying, oh, that's a raspberry, or that's a strawberry, or that's, you know, a blackberry. I mean, there's so many complexities to flavor within themselves that it's very difficult to describe. But I find berry figs to be more refreshing, more of a fig that you can eat back to back to back to back, whereas a honey fig, it's so rich that you probably only want to eat one, and then you have a sugar rush and you're like, I'm done. So I really like the berry figs just because they're just tastier. It's just that simple. So let me cut these guys open for you and we can taste them. Alright guys, so there it is. If you've seen figs before and pictures of figs, you probably have seen this fig before. And in my opinion, there's a lot of synonyms for this fig, but that's okay because this fig is so great. I have 4 of these. I have 4 trees under different names, but they're so damn good and they're so productive, like I said, that I think that this fig for the Northeast, really actually for any climate, is so damn good that I think that without, you know, really exploring a lot of varieties out there, I think this is your best bet. Maybe not your best bet for an in-ground tree here in a cold climate in the Northeast, but this fig is fantastic in a container. It's kind of a slightly dwarfed tree. I mean, it's just phenomenal. I can't really say enough about this fig. I asked the famous fig collector, Georgie, what his favorite fig was in person, and he responded with Violet de Bordeaux, and I chuckled at him. And the reason I chuckled at him is because it's just the Violet de Bordeaux. You know, it just didn't make any sense to me. But now that I'm seeing really the power of these Violet de Bordeaux types, I don't even think he was kidding with me. I think he was being serious, and I can see why. It's just that simple. So let me taste this for you guys and tell you what I think. Wow. It's very chewy. I think because it's somewhat dry. Very nice berry flavor to it. It's like a gel. It's like a gel right now, and I think that's because it's a very jammy fig, I think, and the jam has kind of congealed and it turned into a gel. So that's the consistency. It's actually staining my hand right now. The pigment of the fig has stained my hand. It's just a good fig. Really, it's just good. It's not that sweet. It's probably less sweet than a Smith or an LSU Champagne. So, you know, it's less sweet than a honey fig. Anything with honey in it is going to be sweeter than a berry fig. And I think there's a nice complexity. There's a slight acidity to it, and it's just good. I mean, if you need to know more about this fig, really I can't say enough about it. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my other videos. I have a more fig tastings.